Welcome to the Double R Show, the podcast that features everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, directed and produced by Paul Robertson and hosted by the voice of Lincoln City, Roger Robertson.
Another opening, another night. It's Theater West, and on stage will be who, Wes Ryan?
Well, it's going to be a group of people, two brand new actors who have never acted on stage, one woman who is a seasoned veteran, but never on Theater West stage, and then one of our old standbys.
Now, Theater West is going to open up tonight, and the play is what?
A Night in the Theater.
And the play is what?
Well, now that's...
A Night in the Theater is the name of the play.
Yeah, that's it, you know. It's about four people who are friends who have been doing their weekly dose of culture by going various places. And in this instance, they're coming to see the play Hamlet. Walter, one of the main characters, well, there's only four, he's there to see Hamlet. The other three, maybe not so much. They talk back and forth. He gets irritated with him and tells him to keeps telling him to shut up. Stanley makes stupid comments, and this is, oh, I knew that, that kind of stuff. It's funny, it's weird, but there's some dynamics between the two couples that come out through the play that have nothing to do with Hamlet. And yet it does. I mean, there's little secrets between the four of them. And it's an interesting play. I read it several years ago.
I have heard of this play before, and it's been... Oh, you've done it before?
I haven't, but the play has been done at least once, I think twice, before at Theater West. This is just a new iteration of it with me directing. Sort of.
It's sort of. You've directed a number of plays, though.
Oh, yeah. Directing for me is just another outlet. I love to act, but it's getting harder and harder as you get older to find roles that really fit you. So directing is fun. I started directing, though, 87, 88 was the first play I directed here at Theater West. So it's a fun thing.
Wes Ryan's got a lot of history in the community. He spent a lot of time in radio in this area as well.
Right, yeah. I came down here in 85 to help a friend who owned K-Surf, just for 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, I went, I think I'm just going to move over here. And so I did. And
it's not a bad place to live.
I love it. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, it's a tourist town," and and then of course, the casino. First of all, the mall came in. Oh God, the mall's going to tear up there. And then the next thing was the casino. Oh, it's going to be crime everywhere. Shut up. It's just another small city. I grew up in the Dalles, which is a linear city like this one. It's about 7 miles long and about a half mile wide. Mm-hmm. That's Lincoln City. The difference is it's got the Columbia and a lot of hot air, and here it's got much cooler weather and the ocean, and I like that.
And both with a lot of wind.
Well, yeah, can't get away from the wind in Oregon, or at least I can't. But it's been a fun thing, and I raised my 3 grandchildren here, served on city council and planning commission, and ran a motel for a while. And, I'm just mad. I'm still working.
Still here, and we'll be here for a long time to come. On stage, we will see who?
Okay, John McDonald, a brand new person. Julie Starr, another new person. Jan Kalecha. I can't say her name. Anyway, she's the veteran but she is just dynamite. she's amazing. And the other person is Dave Jones, who's been in a number of productions. But Alice Lukow is my assistant director. And she and I have been working on Stan. So it's not the Stan that you normally see on stage. He's a little different in this one because we've been really, really working with him, stretching his acting abilities. That's what it's all about. I love teaching, and that's and drama was what I like to teaching.
When I think of Theater West, I harken back one of the very, very first plays Theater West did. I was in, and I was Abe Lincoln, so that goes back a long way.
Well, you kind of look like Abe Lincoln.
He had hair.
Well, there's that. But no, yeah, it goes back a long way. 76, I think it was the association of some women that started it.
Yep.
And then
Eve Delaval being one of them.
Right, yeah. Yeah, she got me involved. There was a play. I've got to tell you this. This is one of those funny stories that happens in plays. I was in the play called 10 Times Table. And it's about a town that's trying to have a celebration, and they want to make it an annual event. So they're meeting, and they're all around a table. And so I'm the chairman, and I started off. And one night, I started off the meeting with me starting off the meeting of the second act. And Eve Delaval's eyes, I swear to God, got as big as saucers. And I looked at her and I went, oh, crap, I'm in the wrongs. So I had to work my way back into the first scene. But, I loved her. She was funny.
On Night at the Theater, Wes Ryan and Company. Theater West here in Lincoln City. It opens tonight. Back in a moment.
Bob's Beach Books in the Ocean Lake area of Lincoln City does in fact have what you'll want to read. I'm Diana Portwood, and if we happen to be out of a particular bestseller, in a day or two, we'll have it back in the store waiting for you. Bob's Beach Books, so you can join the conversation.
I'm Adina Zeller. Zellers is now in 2 North Lincoln County locations. The original Zellers in Rose Lodge, and now Zellers in Lincoln City, formerly Maxwell's. Zellers with great family food and kickin' fun like our line dancing. Just wait until you try our homemade clam chowder.
Music and dance go together like peanut butter and jelly, but more importantly, you have an opportunity to learn about both. With us right now, we've got 2 instructors from Oregon Coast Community College. Nora is here. She teaches dance, and Gary is here, and you're the music man.
Yes, I've been teaching penny whistle.
Penny whistle. Tell me what a penny whistle is.
Well, the penny whistle is a tin whistle that was fabricated out of old tin cans back in the day when the poor people were too poor to afford to buy a violin or pipes or what have you. So they would fabricate these whistles out of old scraps of tin. And it became kind of the iconic whistle of Irish music, the instrument that everybody could play and access and learn how to keep the music alive. And nowadays, of course, they're not made out of tin so much anymore. There are a few makers that make them out of tin, but the ones that we offer through the class are made out of brass, and they have plastic fipples, the blowpiece on them. And
probably cost a little bit more than a penny.
A little bit more, not much more. Those whistles we're using are about $12 to $15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you can spend upwards of $300 on a really good penny whistle. But the inexpensive ones are very playable. They're desired by some of the professionals in the world will only play those really inexpensive whistles because they do have a very authentic sound. They have what's called chiff, kind of a breathy, airy tone to them. If you've really heard a good player on a cheap penny whistle, they're going to sound just as good as they would on a $300 penny whistle.
Interesting. I heard you guys play a complete set out at Beechcrest last weekend. Thoroughly enjoyed the music. Of course, I'm looking, it's all Irish. I'm hearing it's all Irish, but it's Scottish as well, is it not?
There is Scottish roots in there too. It has all of the Celtic elements, the seven nations of the Celtic world. We tend to stick to the Irish style as much as we can, but there are Scottish elements that creep in for sure. You know, you get up into the northern part of Ireland, Belfast and whatnot, you have much more Scottish sounding styles. But then you go down to Connemara, southern Ireland, you'll get more styles that come out of that area.
Now, Nora, does the dance follow suit with the music, or how's the tie?
Yes, the dance follows exactly with the music. In competitive Irish dance, you will commonly dance 2 steps, the A part on one foot and then the other foot, and the B part on one foot and then the other foot, and that's what the judge looks at. And that's exactly how the Irish music, for the most part, is structured as well.
I just love it. You danced several different dances on different flooring. Why was that?
Oh, just to preserve the Beechcrest's new
Okay.
laminate flooring. I didn't want to scratch it up.
I looked at that and I think, well, it's got to be because of the sound of the wood, but you're just protecting the beach crust.
Yes, yeah. When you're an Irish dancer, you've learned to be very respectful of people's floors.
So the classes you teach in dance, people are going to come away with what?
Well, what we're doing with the dance class so far is we're teaching the most basic Ceilidh dances, which are social dances, and they're just mostly for fun, although at the higher levels, those same Ceilidh dances are competed, but we're not getting anywhere near that kind of level with what we're teaching here. And we're also teaching a few very basic steps, which is the solo steps that you could dance on your own. So it's really just intended to be the easy entry, fun stuff.
I've heard you mention competition or compete twice. Mm-hmm. Is there competition in Oregon for Irish dance?
Yes, there's definitely a competition. I competed in Colorado, so I don't know exactly, but there's probably 3 or 4 schools in Portland with branches in Salem and Corvallis and Eugene that are competing in Irish dance, and I competed in Colorado. So, yeah, it's a great sport. It's
and
a
what
very
are the
fun
judges
sport.
looking for?
Oh, they're looking for form. They're looking for whether you are doing all the technical stuff correctly. You know, they really are focused on whether your legs are turned out well. And there's just a whole battery of things that they're judging you on.
So how in depth do the students get with your class that you're going to be teaching at Oregon Coast Community College?
Well, as a competitive Irish step dancer, let's put that at 100. I would put these classes down around 5 or 6.
Okay.
They're just way on, just on the really fun. But the nice thing about Irish dance is that in Ireland, a lot of people dance, and it's cradle to grave. So everybody can dance. Everybody's got a few steps. Everybody can Ceilidh dance. So it's intended for all age groups. And so what we're doing here is kind of just the stuff that you would go to a party. Those are the kind of dances that would be done in those kinds of places.
Now that St. Patrick's Day is gone, is there going to be another opportunity to enjoy your music and your dance?
Well, we don't have anything scheduled locally, but we are playing at the Butteville store in the Shampooey State Park in April, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Yeah, I believe that's April 15th.
13th.
Is it 13th? Okay, yes.
It's got to be fun.
It is fun, yeah.
Oh, it's loads of fun. And with learning the penny whistle, it's kind of the same thing. I'm teaching a very easy entry-level style of penny whistle and teaching the techniques that will allow you to sound really Irish. Right off the bat, you're learning some very easy techniques to plug into some very simple tunes.
Play the penny whistle and dance Irish dancing. It's great stuff. And it's coming up through the Oregon Coast Community College Community Education classes. Is there a charge for the classes?
Yes, there is a charge for the classes. It's kind of your standard community college prices. The dance class is $70. The penny whistle class is $75, but it includes the college buying you a penny whistle. And then there's also the advanced tune learning, and that one is $65 unless you need the college to buy you a penny whistle, and then it's up to $80.
And that one is geared more towards people who already know somewhat about playing their melody instrument. Like if you have a banjo or a flute or any other sort of mandolin, there's quite a few different instruments you could bring in to use. And we'll be teaching, again, some pretty entry-level tunes. more of an advanced beginner to intermediate level.
It's music, it's dance, it's at the Oregon Coast Community College, and we'll be back in just a moment. If you're looking for great early garden fresh produce, it's Kenny's IGA in the Bay Area of Lincoln City. 4 generations of Morgans caring for your every grocery need. All of your favorite beverages, a full deli, meat, produce, and of course, groceries. Magically speaking, we are with Nikki Price, and Nikki Price is the director of the Lincoln City Cultural Center. And Festival of Illusion is forthcoming?
That's right. That's right. It is our 12th Festival of Illusions here at the Cultural Center.
Why?
Well, because it's spring break. And about 12 years ago, the Visitor Convention Bureau thought that we needed to have something here in Lincoln City that was indoor-outdoor for spring break because, I don't know, newsflash, sometimes it rains.
You're kidding. I'm shocked.
Rains in March. Yeah. So, and if you remember, before this, there was the Indoor Kite Festival, which they did for several years, and it was an excellent event, but it was hard to communicate what the Indoor Kite Festival was. And it was also at the high school, and which was off 101. And both of those things together, I think, meant that it never really took off. So
It took weeks.
no, it was a really great event. So at the Visitor Convention Bureau, I think it was Sandy Pfaff at the time, they sort of looked at what might be available, saw the Cultural Center coming on board with its technical theater capabilities, and thought that maybe magic and kid-oriented stuff would work. So they actually started it, but it's been here every year.
It is a magical event, and that's what it's all about, right?
Right. So we have changed it up a little bit every year, but every year we have shows in the evening that we try to keep affordable. So it does cost, but I think right now we're topping out at $17 for tickets. So you can bring your whole family for under $50, or big family. And then we offer discount for 4 or more. So we bring in jugglers and clowns and illusionists and straight up magic and sleight of hand. And this year we have a ventriloquist for the first time. We've never had one of those before.
And where do all of these acts come from?
Well, they come mostly from the Pacific Northwest. We do get lucky occasionally that someone is coming from further away and has other gigs in our area and can tack hours on. We have relationships with people up at the Moisture Festival in Seattle, which actually takes place at the same time. So I usually reach out to them and ask them who might be interested in doing a little run out to Lincoln City. And then there's also the annual Portland Magicians Convention that often takes place around the same time too. So we look to those and piggyback to try to find new acts. And then we sprinkle in between people that we all kind of know and have seen before. Like this year we have returning magicians. Leapin' Louie is back again, and we have Ms. Pearl, and they're from Portland and they've been here before. And then we have new people that are coming from Canada or from Washington.
Earlier, you mentioned the fact that it's family-oriented, obviously, but it's really structured for the children.
It is. It's structured for children of families of all stripes. And so we do have people who don't have any children or grandchildren, and they come see because they like magic and juggling. And then we have grandparents who have people, like grandkids and nieces and nephews coming to stay for the week. And so they bring them. We also have daytime activities, which are really fun, especially for the youngest kids. We've got an art studio happening downstairs Monday through Friday at 2:00. We've got a balloon twisting workshop on Monday, and we have a cookie decorating class on Tuesday. We have a Hogwarts Lego castle that you can come and see. The ladies downstairs at the art kit room, the volunteer crew, they've put together magical goods. So we have capes, like handmade magical capes made out of shiny fabric, and wands that we're selling. So there's all sorts of things that you can buy in this magic store that we have.
The activities, are they free or is there a charge for those, Nikki?
So coming to see the Hogwarts Castle is free. The art studio is a drop-in for $5. And then the goods are, independently priced. The balloon twisting is $15, and they pre-inflate the balloons. And if that isn't worth $15, I don't know what is.
It's a fun time for a family. And again, orchestrating the fact that Lincoln City is family-oriented.
Yeah. And it's just trying to get people to have something to do inside in case it's raining outside. And then these evening shows are designed in case you've been out all day having a good time and you go home and have dinner, and then you can come out here at 7 o'clock and see a show.
Tickets are on sale, continue to be on sale. I assume that you probably get closer to being sold out.
Yeah, I think it's this year. The leader is the Thursday night show with Alex Zerbe, the Zaniac. So if you're interested in Alex Zerbe, the Zaniac, I would suggest you get your tickets.
Back up. What is Alex the Zaniac?
So imagine if you took some nice, cool, interesting 9-year-old with ADD and you gave him a lot of lessons in juggling and magic, and you encouraged him in his career, and now he's 30, and he's hilarious. He's really, really funny.
That's got to be one of the funniest introductions I've ever heard.
I don't mean to insult him. He's awesome. But like, he has giant faces, his own face on these giant signs that he can juggle and put this big face in front of his own face. He's got a toilet paper gun, and he gets the other kids so worked up that at the end of the show last year, they were jumping and screaming to be hit with the toilet paper gun, and some of them grabbed 4 or 5 squares and took them home as souvenirs.
That's wonderful.
Unbelievable. He's just a delight. He's really a delight.
The Cultural Center will be open throughout spring break. We are now open 6 days a week.
So our normal hours are 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday. But during Festival of Illusions, we'll be here open every day from 10 until 5, plus the shows in the evening. And I forgot to tell you that the Traveling Tigers will be here selling their stuff. You know, the Traveling Tigers are the kids who are going on trips in the next year, middle school and high school. And the parents and teachers encourage them to make things and sell them at these booths to make money for their traveling expenses. So you can come and look at their, soaps and cookies and art and all the things that they make. And they'll be here some of the week as well.
Nikki Price Cultural Center. It is the showpiece of Lincoln City. Back in a moment.
Northwest Septic Service is your one-stop shop for all your septic needs.
Northwest Septic Service offers pumping, maintenance, repair, and inspections with one call. 541-994-6977.
Buying or selling a home? Northwest Septic Service can inspect your sewer line or an entire septic system.
Old or failing septic system? Northwest Septic Service can rejuvenate most drain fields, saving you thousands of dollars. 541-994-6977.
Serving Lincoln, Tillamook, and Yamhill counties, Northwest Septic Service. If you like Mexican food, there is one restaurant in Lincoln City. If you haven't been to, you need to go to. And what we're talking about is La Roca and Elscott Strip. Gabby and Michelle are here. You have just reopened the restaurant.
Yeah.
What all did you do in the interim when you were shut down, Gabby?
We made like new kitchen, new furniture, new booth, new table. That's look nice inside.
A lot of work.
A lot of work, yeah.
And what do you think, Michelle? Does it look pretty good?
I think it looks really nice, specifically because it all came from Mexico. And it has like the logo, like the Roca logo on it. And it has like really nice pictures. And like the amount of detail that went into it, it's really pretty.
La Roca in Mexico, is that a state or an area? Or where does the name come from?
La Roca, they come to the Bible.
From the Bible?
Yeah, the name, they come from the Bible.
Interesting. Because I think of some of the other Mexican restaurants go by names of cities in Mexico, but you guys go by the Bible.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not know that. Your favorite item at La Roca is what, Gabby?
Camarones a la Diabla and La Roca Plaret.
And how about you, Michelle?
I like everything. Usually something quick, a burrito, specifically carne asada burrito, but everything's really good. It's hard to choose, especially if you're working
Chile
there.
and tomatadas, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Your whole family is involved in the restaurant, is it? Are they not?
Yeah, the whole family.
The whole family?
Yeah.
Wow, it's got to be strenuous at times as well.
Yeah.
But it produces good food.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it produces wonderful food. I think, Paul, it's the burrito that you're most taken with.
Actually, I get the same thing for the last 20 years almost now. I mean, there's been a couple changes, but yeah, it's cheese enchilada, excuse me.
Chimichanga.
Yeah, the chimichanga. Yeah.
And chile relleno.
Chile relleno, yeah.
You know his likes.
That's
Very
it.
good.
Thanks, Gabby, yeah.
And again, congratulations on all of the work that you guys have done at La Roca. It's ready to go. It is open 7 days a week.
6 days a week, 10:30 to 8.
Very good. And with us have been Gabby and Michelle. La Roca. Wonderful Mexican food. Back in a moment.
Wouldn't it be great to have all your insurance needs handled by one agency? This is Charlotte Lado with Farmers Insurance and the Insurance Store. Visit our office next to the Wildflower Grill in Lincoln City. Let us be your one stop for your personal, commercial, health, and Medicare insurance needs.
As you would expect with spring break on the horizon, lots of activities forthcoming in and around Lincoln City, including Festival of Illusions. Nikki Price is in charge of that wonderful activity at the Lincoln City Cultural Center. That's only one of many. Chamber of Commerce Super Auction underway as we speak, and that goes through March 27th. One of the items up for bid, Paul, is something from the podcast.
Correct. Yeah, we got an advertising package up there. So go online to their 32 auction site and look for the Double R Show advertising package and bid as much as you want.
Yeah, can't embarrass us.
Yeah, right.
Nope.
Raise some money for the chamber at the same time.
All at the same time. Now, putting these on your calendar, we have a silent auction and social hour coming up April the 19th at 5:30 up at Chinook Winds. This is for the Parks and Rec Department of Lincoln City as they begin to raise all of the necessary capital for the establishment of the new park down on Southeast 51st Street, 4815 Southeast 51st Street. You'll learn all about that new park and what is envisioned and dreamed and thought of. And you may have an idea or two you want to share at the same time.
Yeah, hang out and have some fun. Silent auction, social hour.
Now, coming up on April the 19th and 20th, as we remind you of your calendar, register now before the end of March up at the Lincoln City Chamber of Commerce office for the Great Oregon Coast Garage Sale happening April 19 and 20. It attracts more attention than I would ever have dreamt of. And the godfather of beginning that event was my good friend, now deceased, Joe Delavelle.
Oh, very nice.
Joe and Eve Delavelle started that garage sale. They brought the idea back from Tennessee, of all places, and thought it would work well in Lincoln City. And
it has.
And it has.
Continues to do so, yeah.
Again, in April, I know we're talking about dates all the way out in April, but these are things to put on your calendar. 10 to 3, April 20, celebrate Earth Day with West Wind. Don't miss out on that. Check that, March 25, City Council meeting in the Council Chambers. That's Monday, March 25. Thursday, March 28th at 3 o'clock, Sustainability Committee meets. On April 2nd at 6 o'clock, the Lincoln City Planning Commission. Now, we did talk about the Oregon Coast Community College and classes being offered. We talked of a couple of musical genres, dance and music. But, Paul, you got a couple of classes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the mussel harvesting in the Cascade Head Marine Protection Area with a question mark on that. So
really?
Yeah, so I teach a mussel harvesting class. It's on May 10th. That's Friday. It's $20 to register through the college, and you just make sure you have your shellfish license. And we'll be meeting at the 15th Street, where you park not on the beach but up on the road, not on the beach. Thank you very, very much.
Stay off the beach with your automobiles.
Yes.
Then we have Naturalist and the Rack Line. What is the Rack Line?
Yeah, the Rack Line is that part of the high tide line. It's where everything washes ashore, right? So it's what's washed up on the shoreline. And what we do is we go out with our smartphones, effectively, and collect data as to what is washed up on that rack line. And so we teach the in-class portion and then back out on the beach on the 11th. So it's a May 8th, May 11th, 10 to 11:30 at Oregon Coast Community College.
And again, you register at the community college,
Through
right?
the website, yeah.
Through the website. Is there a cutoff date or up?
Well, it's just a number of participant
cutoff.
Yeah. So there is a cutoff for classes. Obviously, the timing that they start would be the very latest for the one that I'm teaching, at least. Yeah, the others may have earlier ones.
Well, we had very good success with asking people to let us know if they are listening to the program, and we're going to draw one of those people's names out of the hat and present them with a gift certificate from Chinook Winds Casino Resort. And I might add, Easter is coming up, and they're going to have some special offerings at Chinook Winds in the buffet and in the Rogue River Room.
Yeah, and the Seafood Grill.
And the Seafood Grill as well.
I understand, yeah.
Marvelous venues, great food, and it really is great food. I really like the salmon that is up in the Rogue River Room.
Yeah.
That salmon is just absolutely exquisite. I highly recommend the salmon dinner up there. Highly recommend it. I've had it a number of times, and we'll go back and have it again. One of the comments that we did receive, which I really do appreciate about the show, and this lady writes, "Thank you for another great show. I look forward to Thursdays."
That's appreciative, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I really do. So let's give away that $30 gift certificate or buffet up at Chinook Winds. Paul, if you want to reach into the...
Okay, grab into the hat and
grab
pull
into
out
the hat and pull out...
Here you go. Let's see. It says Jane Mulholland. Jane Mulholland.
Jane.
Yeah.
So we'll get a hold of Jane. We'll get her a gift certificate from Chinook Winds Casino Resort, a buffet, which also can be used, I believe, for a $30 credit at any of their food outlets. So they have multiple, be it the golf course, the deli, the Rogue River Room, the buffet, or over at the Seafood Grill. You'll find good food waiting you. So $30, Jane, congratulations. Now let's do that again.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. If you are listening to the program for the, how many time?
39th episode.
39th time. If you're listening for the 39th time or the first time.
Yes.
Send us an email to
Roger@RRshow.com. And I might add, why don't we also ask if you can, if we'll let you in if you just reply, but let us know also how you're listening to it. You know, are you listening on Apple Podcasts? Are you listening just through the website? Are you getting our emails? You know, how are you listening to the Double R Show?
Help us grow the show by growing the audience, and you will become part of that as well. Anything else on your side of the table?
No, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks.
And that'll do it to the Dunes on a Double R Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share so you, your family, and friends around the world and across the street can join us on the Double R Show. For Paul and Jenna, I am Double R. Have a happy day.
You've been listening to The Double R Show. Join Roger and Paul Robertson as they explore everything about North Lincoln County. The Double R Show, produced by Always Productions and hosted by Roger Robertson. Have a story? Email contact@alwaysproductions.com or call 458-201-3039. For The Double R Show, I'm Jana Grawn.